What is going on, IVE Warrior? So today I'm going to give you a few tools that you can use to make sure that weight loss just comes off as fast as possible. Probably three main things that people overlook that normally gets you in that path where it's not just constant plateau or you're just getting to a certain number and you can't break through that number, or you're just taking a long time. You're just seeing the 0.5 go down to a 0.2 instead of the whole number going down. We'll go ahead and give you three in this video. So the first one that I will mention is, if you actually put all of the foods that you're consuming, don't just focus on your big meal. Everything that you're consuming, if you put it all in a calculator and you just calculate the calories exactly, you might be surprised that you've overeaten. Just because a lot of people have this misconception that because they're eating less than they did before, they're eating at a caloric deficit. Oh, I used to eat all of this stuff. Now I just eat this stuff. So I have to be like, this is way less than what I ate before. I have to be losing weight. But once you start calculating everything, the olive oil, the whatever, the corn oil, how many slices of bread you're eating, how many peanuts you're actually grabbing, you don't have to do it on a consistent basis, but to get a rough idea so that you don't overeat, you should be thinking about what do you eat throughout the day on a normal basis, and then just putting that all into a calculator, getting all of the calories, and then realizing how much you're actually eating. Because a lot of times people overeat without even knowing. Most studies, when people are asked about how much they're eating, not on purpose, this is not on purpose. This is because they're just simply thinking that they're eating less than they actually are. People underreport by more than 50%, more than 50%. So if you actually take the time to put everything in a calculator, calculate everything that you're eating on a consistent basis, you'll notice I'm probably overdoing it a little bit on this stuff. I'm probably overdoing it a little bit on the peanuts. I'm probably overdoing it a little bit on the oil. I'm probably overdoing it a little bit on all these different things. So you just have to be conscious of the things that you're eating. Do some calculation every once in a while, just so that you can keep yourself honest, and then you will know where the problems are. So don't just fall back on, I ate a lot and now I'm eating less. When you were eating a lot, you were consistently gaining weight, which means you were at a caloric surplus. You might be eating less and it's still a caloric surplus because you're not eating less enough. So just keep that in mind. Another thing that you can do to make sure that you're consistently losing weight rapidly, in a healthy manner, obviously, not like losing 10 pounds a day, but just consistently. So it's just constant weight loss. Another thing that you can do is physical activity. You have to do this because you have to understand that physical activity gives you more of a buffer. So if you're doing some sort of a cardio, right? If it's some high intensity cardio, you're going to burn about maybe 350 to 400 calories within the session, right? If it's 30 minutes, whatever it is, 40 minutes within the session, you'll burn that. But then on top of that, you'll have the afterburn effect, which takes sometimes about 36 hours. So you're burning now as your body is just trying to reset itself to rest since you've done the high intensity activity, physical activity. So the cardio was so intense that your body now has to rest, and that process takes 36 hours. Those are more calories that you're burning. Your body's burning calories to try to get back to rest. So that's something that you could also factor in, and it'll work for you because weight loss is calories in, sure, but it's also calories out. And if you elevate the amount of calories out, it gives you more of a buffer for the things that you're eating, and it ensures that it helps you get down to a caloric deficit as opposed to being net positive with your calories and gaining weight, or even just staying the same and not losing weight at all, stalling. And finally, resistance training. These are the three things that matter. If you apply these three things, I guarantee you're going to start to see quicker weight loss. If in fact you're seeing the weight loss stall. Now, if whatever you're doing works and you're not seeing weight loss stall, you're fine. But if it ever comes to a point where you're losing weight very, 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 very slowly or stalling, it's because of these reasons. And resistance training, if you don't do it, you're in luck. Because if you've not done resistance training, you have a better possibility for body recomposition than someone who has been doing resistance training, believe it or not, because it shocks the body. Even if you're detrained, let's say you've done resistance training in the past, but you haven't done it in a long time, say 6 months or more, your body will start to build muscle rapidly because of the fact that you're detrained or you've just not trained before. And that helps you because that lean mass is the primary driver for your metabolic rate. Your metabolism is going to be reducing as you're lowering weight. So you want to counteract that by building more lean mass. And the best way to do that is muscle. So trust me, you want more muscle on your body. It works in a way where it almost like a vacuum. It starts to pull the energy from the calories that you're consuming, so that you're using more of it as opposed to storing more of it. Just think about that for a second. If you have, let's say you have no muscle at all. If you bring in 3,000 calories, a bunch of that goes to your metabolism, goes to your lungs, goes to your heart, goes to all the things that needs energy, and the rest of it, once you're done with that, will go to your body fat. But if you have muscle, now it's like if you have a good amount of muscle or just a small, decent amount of muscle, something more than what you had before, whatever it is, what ends up happening is all of that stuff gets dispersed to the metabolism and the heart and the lungs and all that stuff. And then instead of storing the rest of it, it gives some to the muscle because that requires a lot of calories as well. And then that leftover gets stored. So just on the logic end of it, the biological logic of what would happen if you had more muscle, it benefits you because it's the calorie distribution of the calories that are coming in that'll help you. Because fat loss is really the most important thing that you're focused on. It's not so much how much calories are actually going in your body. It's really how much calories you're actually storing as fat and how much you're burning as fat, which is what matters to people who are trying to lose weight for the aesthetics of losing weight. So hopefully this video has helped you guys, but those are probably the three most important things if you've hit a wall. Now, obviously there are diets that can help you do this much easier. Intermittent fasting is really easy because it puts everything in one little pot or one little kind of section. So you're more cognitively aware of the foods that you're eating, but it's not so much of the diet as it is those three elements that could actually truly get you over that hump if you're just stuck. Hopefully this video has helped you guys. And of course, as always, I'll see you guys on Monday. Peace out.